was war. The East and the Mid-Realm fought valiantly against each other until finally the Mid-Realm army had no choice but to retreat back to the fort. And the king stood and looked at the dead and dying men of his army and thought of the widows and the children who would weep that night, and knew he could fight no longer. He could not ask his men to still go on. And so he ordered the retreat. And all of his army fell back, but for one man, his prince. Prince Dagan refused to yield this fort to the Eastern Tiger. The Eastern army drew close, and all they saw was a man in his armor, his mace in hand. He stood there waiting for them. And as they drew closer, the king halted his men and said, "What insult is this? That the dragon would give us but one man to fight." But his prince said, "No, your majesty, this is Prince Dagan, the shining prince of the dragon army. I beg you, my liege, allow me to fight him in single combat for control of the fort." The king of the East, he could not even think of denying this request. And so Prince Caradoc strode across the field to engage Prince Dagan in battle. A hush fell over the field, and all that could be heard was the rustle of the armor of the fighters, the whicker of the horses, and the snapping of the pennants in the breeze. And then with a yell, both men attacked. Blow matched blow. Neither man would yield, for the honor of his kingdom was at stake. The battle seemed to wage for hours between these two men. But finally, Prince Caradoc gave a mighty blow, killing Dagan instantly. The prince fell to the ground dead. The Eastern army began to chant and cheer and bang their shields, but their king ordered them to be silent immediately and said, "I would give all my kingdom treasury has to have two men such as these two princes in my army. And tonight we shall honor this Prince Dagan for the great man he was." And as the Eastern army retreated from the field, the piper began to play a low, mournful tune for Prince Dagan, hero of the Mid-Realm.